Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside the Genie. Because of the lateness of the video today, I'm not going to have a big introduction and I'm quickly going to run through the selections of what I do fancy in each race in order to keep the video short for you to go quickly before racing commences. In race 1 is a maiden plate over 1200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. The betting is 12 to 10 Lord Wiley, 5 to 1 Mount Greylock, 11 to 2 Long Day's Journey, Rain Must Fall 7 to 1, King Cyrus 16 to 1, Don't Touch Me 43 to 1, Storybook 43 to 1, Mondovi 43 to 1, 40 to 1, and better the rest. Well, let's go down to my first selection in race number 1, and it's a 53 to 1 shot that I'm recommending today as the winner. Here we have a Storybook. It's carrying 58 minus 4. Now, if you have a look at this horse, it won its battle trial. Well, that's debatable whether it's good or not. But then at Scottsville in 1,200 meters, it ran well behind Light That Lose, 24 to 400, last 400, 23.9. And then it ran in a maiden plate behind Gorillas, and then it ran in a future race behind Corollas. Now, I'm sure this trainer, Campbell, he's no fool, and if he didn't think the horse shouldn't be in that race, he wouldn't have entered it. So he obviously think the Storybook has got potential. It has one run on Scottsville, which didn't run too bad, but the big thing today, it's carrying minus 4, and that minus 4 in this kind of field will definitely makes a difference. Then we have a look at number 15. Let's go down to number 15. And that's King Cyrus. This is a 4-year-old Savannah by Fordwood, nicely bred. Did run well in a poly last time out. Before that was placed, I just want to mention here Guru's Pride. Guru's Pride has won again on Gold Cup Day. So also I think number 15 in with a chance. And then the other horse I want to look at is number 16. Rain Must Fall is a soft falling rain. That run well at Scottsville behind Ty Gold, just faded over the last 400 meters. It says here stubborn and it was east. So definitely I think today in with a chance. Then we move to race number 2. Race number 2, the betting is as follows. The betting is follows on race number 2. Walker Typhoon 17 to 20. Sweet Scented Green 7 to 1. 72 Kingsley's Tune, 72 Lotus Blossom, 17 to 1 Celtic Vision, 20 to 1 Just Adore Her, Irish Bell, and English Princess, 33 to 1 and longer. Here, my first selection, let's go to my first selection, is number 6, which is, sorry, it's not number 6, it's number 9. Number 9, Sweet Scented Green. Getting the minus 4 off, that, guys, you don't know, in this 2-year-olds, that 4 kilograms make a big difference. This was ran behind Spree, and I do think that format will work out. There has been some winners behind Spree, and definitely a horse that I think will be there when the photos is taken. Justin Snave, and he knows how to prepare a horse. Then some of my other selections, I'll look at it now. I just want to also mention here, English Princess also getting the minus 4. And this cast tried him riding for his uncle, Louis Goosen. So definitely, I think a horse that will have a chance. It has been running not too bad. I had only one bad run, but that was against winners in Alan Robinson. So I do think English Princess you need to include in all your play today. In my other selections is number 1, Celtic Vision. Definitely a horse that's going to improve. Also ran behind that Spree form line, can improve. And then other horse I want to look at is number 2, King's Tune. Also getting a minus 2.5. Has been running places. And also ran in the future and Alan Robinson, finishing 12. 6 lengths behind, but can also be involved in the finish. So all in all, a finger race with many chances. As a matter of fact, this race card today is very difficult. I couldn't find one banker. So let's have a look at race number 3. Here we have number 10, Garland, 33 to 10, Greyland Gary, 72, 1,000 tunes, 92. Linbar on 11 to 2, 10 to 1, and longer the race, dry bar, and the race deputy marshal 11 to 1, rock with me 12 to 1. So let's have a look at our selections here. Guys, I just want to go back quickly to race number 2 here. There's something I wanted to just talk about this number 7. I forgot to talk about number 7, Walker Typhoon. Now, Walker Typhoon is the favorite. It's a Torador by McCock. This horse is well bred. It's run well in his first race when there was no money. But the problem is with these kind of races, you know that you need to, the horse needs to repeat that, and I'm not always sure that's going to happen. This horse is now running at Scottsville for the first time. Last time was on the Poly, but it did finish well. So I can't say the horse cannot win, but I will definitely not be taking that short price on the horse. So let's then move down to the third race where we already had a look at the betting, and let's have a look at my selections for the third race. My selection for the third race is number 1, Lin Linbara. Has drawn 1, Jason Gates on board. You'll see there's 3 Lingaris in this race, and they all have a chance. Lingari is Linbara. There's a Lingari, Grey Lingari, and then where's the third one? Garlin. They're all Lingari, so maybe he can run the trifecta. While we had this horse has improved over the long distance on the Poly, now back at Scottsville, Kennedy, but from a 10 draw. Therefore, my selection in this race is number 1, Linbara. It's drawn 1. It looks like there's a 4-year-old. It's by Al Mufti Me, and I do believe that this horse, the longer distances, will definitely suit him. It says here at Scottsville last time out of 1500, came from last, finishing less than 2 lengths behind the winner, and I'm sure that this horse is in with a huge chance today. And also other horses that we can look at in this race, 1,000 times, well, we need to improve. 7 is Deputy Marshal. It's a go deputy by Tara's horse, and I'm sure that this horse, the longer the race, the further it goes, it will be better. So now it's finding itself for the first time over a longer distance in 1950, and I'm sure Deputy Marshal will definitely improve. Then horse number 9 is Rock of Me from Sale Stable. Jackson out of a goalkeeper Meer, also getting the -4 today. Has run some places over this course and distance, and I'm looking for it to run an improved race today and be involved in the finish. Rock with me. Gordon, yeah, as I said, has improved, can be involved in the finish, but from draw 10. So let's look at draw race 4. Race 4, here your betting is as follows. Don't Look Back 72, 4 to 1, Smart Socks. Monarchy 4 to 1, Proud Warrior 7 to 1, 8 to 1, Kenneth after 10 to 1 rise. Final Occasion 12 to 1, St. Philip 14 to 1, and longer the rest. Here at race 4, my first selection is number 6, Don't Look Back. It is also again from the Van Sale stable. Warren Kennedy riding. Last time outran in a little bit stronger field than today, and it finished second behind Before Noon. Before Noon was a horse that he liked that course and distance, so it ran well. The Don't Look Back ran behind it, and then also a few runs ago, it ran an 86 behind Social Special Blends 4 lengths. So the horse has been there and thereabouts, but no, it has been 554 days. But I do believe that this horse has come down in the merit rating from 87 to a 76, and that this distance will suit. And I have actually made this my best bet of the day for lack of finding a better horse to pick as a best bet for the day. So other horses with chances in this race, number 4, Final Occasion. This horse has relocated from from Gauteng, and it has run some decent races, and now finding itself here in KwaZulu-Natal. And I'm sure this last 2 runs was both of them were too short. Now over the distance that can favor this horse. This horse has ran about You Can't Hurry Love and Out of Your League, Top Shot. And I do believe that number 4, final occasion, can be involved in the finish. Also, another lure to look is number 10, Rise. I did fancy it last time when it won. I did recommend it as my outright selection, and it won at 14 to 1. And I think over this course and distance today can be involved again in the finish and, you know, but win this race. It's not without a prayer. So definitely a horse that you need to include. It hasn't run this distance, but it has run the distance once behind before noon, and I think it can improve to win again. So let's look at the next race, race number 5. Race number 5 is 750, Phyllis Mare 77. Preferential 72, Superflux 6 to 1, Isla Morada 6 to 1, Lady Lou 6 to 1, Keep Dancing 30 to 2, It's a Pressure 8 to 1, Dark Moon Down 18 to 1, and 11 to 1, and longer the rest. So as you can see on this betting, it is really an open race, lots of horses with chances. So let's have a look at that race number 5. Yet race number 5, my selection is number 3, Dark Moon Down. I've recommended this horse quite a few times, and every time it lets me down. But today there's a lot of factors in his favor. Course and distance, 4 runs, 2 win and a second. Distance category, 5 runs, 2 wins and a second. This horse is looking for this distance. He likes the distance. And another factor is Dennis Swartz has ridden this horse twice. For the last time out, it rode it. It won, beating Isla Morida. And so therefore today I think Dark went down in with a huge chance here in race number 5. And then have a look at number 1. Preferential until Marcus. The drawn one can be involved in the finish. Was beaten by Rise sometime, but can improve to be involved in the finish. Horse number 2, Tuepelohani, has been running on from behind, and also in that same race as Rise. And I do think that to that Scottsville, this horse has had 3 runs in this course for 1 win. And this can be the surprise of the race at the long shot. So let's then move on to race number 6, which is a merit rated 88 handicap, 1,000 meters. And let's have a look at the betting. The betting is Winter Blues 33 to 10, 9 to 2, so War 9 to 2, 5 to 1, Green Light to Heaven 5 to 1, 6 to 1, Dancing Feather, 6 to 1, and Longer High Boy, and 8 to 1, Trading Master and Great Saka, and 10 to 1, Baron Rooney. Now race 6 is 1,000 meters, and here my first choice is number 1, Green Light to Haven. This horse won its first race by 3.75 lengths at Scottsville, and then after that ran in 2 futures, strong futures. It isn't really a future, but I think today with the 57.5 -4, definitely in with a huge chance here in race number 6. Also, a horse that I want to look at is number 5. Number 5 is Trading Water. Trading Water has won a race, rival over 1,000 meters, and then didn't run too bad in its first race after the maiden. And I do believe that this horse can be improved. He was hampered at the start and can definitely be involved in the finish. And then another horse I want to recommend down here at 8 to 1 is Baron Rooney. This horse has run well in Joburg, won a few races there, and now in Durban, Natal. And I think this horse can improve to either place or win this race. Great Saka is carrying 64 kilograms. I'm surprised they didn't put the apprentice on, because this horse has run against much stronger, and therefore I would think that Great Shark can be involved here in the finish, but with 64 on his back, it's going to be a bit of a problem. So let's move on to the next race. Race number 7. It's a Phyllis Mare 86 handicap, 1,400 meters. Here's the betting. Sanskrit 3 to 1, Twice as Smart 7 to 2, Maiden Spray 9 to 2, Ariana Shadow 11 to 2, Ulala 8 to 1, She's a Dream, 14 to 1, 16 to 1, Simply Scratches, A Rapture, and 16 to 1, and Longer the Rest. Now, what amazes me here in this race is the following. This horse, Ooh La La, beat Sanskrit. Sanskrit was carrying 52 and a half and 60 and a half. So it gave him 8 kilograms and he still beat Sanskrit. Sanskrit has won 2 races since, but Sanskrit was carrying 55 and a half and Ooh La La 5 and a half. So now Sanskrit only get 4.5 kilograms, where here Sanskrit gave him a beating when he had 8 kilograms more than that. So in theory, Sanskrit can't beat Ooh La La. Sanskrit is the favorite. So and this horse has run well and this course and distance, 5 runs, 2 wins. So for me, number 2, Ooh La La is definitely a big contender in this race. Then let's have a look at number 5. Number 5 is my Ariano's Shadow. Getting a -2.5, has been running well, has been coming from behind. Last time out behind Generous Lady. But still, the only problem with number 5 is it hasn't shown a lot over on Scottsville, so it will have to, trust that he can perform at Scottsville. So we'll have to wait and see. And my other selection is number 8. Sorry, number 2. Sorry, not number 8, number 11. Sorry, I just want to go down to not number 8, but number 11. This horse, number 11, Tali Al Ghal, it's carrying 52, and also ran behind Sanskrit, and he was but a kilogram in difference in them now, and yet again 55 and a half, 5 kilogram. Now there's a big turnaround in weight, and I do believe that Tali Al Ghal can be involved in the finish, so keep your eye out on that one. So let's move on to race number 8. Race number 8 is also a marathon at 78 handicap over 1400 meters. Here the betting is as follows. Number 5, Black Fox 72, Fairland 11 to 2, 2 of Us 15 to 2, Forest Jump 10 to 1, Admiral's Guess 10 to 1, 14 to 1, joint favorite 16 to 1, and Longer the Rest. So let's have a look here. Here I want to have a look at number 12. Two of Us. Two of Us ran against Fairland, and on the way turnaround, Two of Us has got a beating of Fairland. But I do give Fairland also a big chance, so let's just go up to Fairland. And that's ridden by Marcus, so that will definitely improve his chances. Fairland number 4, the race behind Two of Us. So if you take it the way turnaround, then Two of Us will have the beating of Fairland. But I think Marcus will make a difference. And then here is I also like number 3, Joint Effort. It run well after its maiden and has shown some good form before the maiden. So it looks like it's got some ability. So definitely a horse that you want to include in your play. Didn't run too badly in its first run after a maiden. And then here's Black Fox. I've given up on Black Fox. I've tipped him the last few times. Now he's running over shorter because he always finds himself at the back and then he runs out of his state. And again, today can be the same thing. You might be too far behind and just ran out of his state, not to be able to get to the winner. So that then concludes our preview. I apologize again that it's only a short preview, but that it is what it is. But I do hope I could have pointed you in the right direction to make a few rand. And as I always say, break your leg.